And can you introduce yourself to all the viewers who are not familiar with you?
Sure. My name is Jens Andersson. I work at Collecting Smiles, which is my little independent game studio. And it's relevant right now because we are coming out with our first product, Colors 3D, for the Nintendo 3DS eShop very soon.
And can you tell us about the application?
So Colors 3D is a small painting application where you get to paint in 3D. That's really the standout feature, and I don't think we can show it well on video, but it's really something you should check out. There's a trailer for it in the eShop that's in 3D. Anyway, painting in 3D is the key feature. That's pretty cool. It has a bunch of other things as well, like a collaborative painting feature where multiple people can paint on the same canvas at the same time. There's a big community tied to the application as well, where you can upload your stuff to the online gallery and you can get feedback and comments on other paintings and just see how people work differently, because it always stores the painting playback. So you can play back and see how everything was created there.
And is there any servers to upload your stuff? Actually, is there any servers where people can upload their stuff to?
Yeah, that's the online gallery. So it's our servers where we can show it. I can show it to you here. If you can take a look at it later at Colors Live. So all of these are painted in previous incarnations of the program, and you can.
How many incarnations are there?
So there are a prototype on Nintendo DS, but there's also an iPhone version. But now it's the Nintendo 3DS version coming out soon.
And what type of new features are going to be featured in the 3DS version?
So it's the collaborative painting feature, painting together on the same canvas with multiple players. That's a big new one. Also we have coloring books, coloring pages. It's a little bit more for the younger users, but it ships with a bunch of coloring pages that helps you stay within the lines and everything, and gives you some practice for that scary blank canvas.
And how many pages does that coloring book come?
So it comes with 10 of them, and we are hoping to find a way to release additional ones after launch, but we'll see if we can make that happen.
And is there any cost to this application?
Yes. So when it's out in the eShop, it's going to be $6.99 in the US. There's no price set for Europe yet.
And how many players can join in on one canvas at once?
It's only two players at once. It's local multiplayer. It's a pretty small screen though, so it gets very crowded even with two people, but it's fun.
Is there interconnection with it, like between two or more systems?
So it's if you're asking how, like, it's local network that connects. Like you have two of these devices, and you paint on the same canvas on these, and it's local wireless multiplayer.
Just local wireless at this time? Just local wireless at this time?
Yeah, so that's what comes when you get the application. You have that feature.
I see. And what other features are we going to expect in this upcoming title?
I think I went through most of it. Like it's fundamentally a painting application with a bunch of different brushes, size, opacity. It has camera integration, so you can take a photo and paint on top of a photo. All that stuff it's very focused on the pure painting process. So that's where the base of the focus is. Then of course you have all the sharing features like the online gallery. You can also export things to the SD card in high resolution, so you can post it on Facebook or print it out or whatever. Yeah.
And when we're not using the 3DS system, how is everybody going to view the 3D images without the device?
That's a good question. That's something we will keep working on after launch. Like when you upload a 3D painting to the web server, you can view the playback and everything, but since there's no real good standard yet for viewing 3D content on the web, there's no easy way to do that. We have some tricks in there, so you get to see parallax movement of the painting. I can show you that as well in here if you want to see. Hopefully though, that will get better in the future when people get 3D monitors and stuff, so we can implement proper 3D viewing on the web. But that's not available yet. So for now, people have to sort of download it and view it on the 3DS or any other device that supports MPOs, which is basically the stereoscopic JPEG format.
And how many of these IPOs are available on other devices at this time?
Are you talking about the MPOs?
Yeah. Yeah.
So MPOs is just the standard image format for stereoscopic images. So a lot of like the 3D cameras out there and everything, they usually store their 3D files as MPOs already, just like the 3DS does.
And how far are we going to? I mean, what are we to expect in the future with this 3D technology? Now that's going all over the place.
Another good question. I don't really know. Like, that's one thing I do like very much with the Nintendo 3DS is because it has the 3D built in. You can really design for it and create something with focusing on the 3D. That's not equally possible on other devices, like we see some Android phones and stuff coming out with 3D support, but it becomes more of a niche thing and not something you can properly design for. But hopefully as that becomes more and more common, and who knows, perhaps someday in the future the iPhone will have 3D, which means that there's suddenly a big user base that has 3D support, then we can start to see it really taking off. But until then, it's going to be a very specific thing to use for people, and especially for something like this that's a creative application. There's, as far as I know, nothing really comparable where you get to create something or paint something in 3D this easily. So hopefully we see more of that stuff soon.
And do you hope in the future that the 3D technology gets better to the point where it doesn't actually give everybody headaches and all this other medical stuff?
Yeah, well, certainly, of course. Technology improves. I'm really waiting for devices, bigger devices that doesn't require glasses, which is something that I find personally a little bit annoying and a barrier to entry. There seems to be a lot of things going on in development to try to make better and better devices though, so hopefully we'll see something really cool soon.
Yeah, I remember watching a 3D movie for the first time. I had to wear those glasses.
Yeah.
And then I heard from some other people when they were first introduced to 3D, they were just given a 3D strip, and then they had to hold up the 3D strip for several hours at a time. and then it got to the point where it's like, I don't know where this 3D thing is going to go.
Yeah. Well, it certainly has made a big impact in the movie theater for various reasons. It's a reason to go to the movie theater because you get an experience that you can't get at home. So the only question, like, there's this argument of how much it's adding to your experience, and that seems to be very personal. Actually, it's kind of interesting making this application as well because it's when people are testing this, I see how people react to this very differently. A lot of people get a great 3D effect and they are like think it's super cool, while other people almost can't see it at all. And you have the wide range in between as well. So it seems to be very personal how this stereoscopic effect affects you. But hopefully with better technology as well, more and more people can appreciate it.
And hopefully in the future it gets to the point where it's actually where it's not so archaic at this point.
Yeah, Yeah, well, the more devices that comes out there, the less niche or special or yeah, something like that it's gonna be. It becomes more of a everyday kind of use, and that's when it becomes really interesting, I think.
I see. And thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.